Hi, welcome to Just Common Sense. My name's Brian Harrison. And guys, remember, this is what this is about, just common sense. And we're going to talk about a couple things tonight. So, first of all, we're going to talk about emails. Some emails I did receive. And most of you, I'm going to give you basically applause. You got it. A lot of you got this, and that's good. Some of you are a little off, but that's okay. You'll learn, and that's what a lot of this is about. So Veterans Day, it's always on November 11th. Now, going into that, we're going to go a few more steps with this. So Veterans Day is to thank our vets for everything they've done and they're doing. So that's really what it's about. It's a celebration. It's that simple. So like I said last night, anytime you see anybody in the military, any vet, just go up and thank them for their service every time. If you need to, like I said, buy them lunch, buy them dinner, whatever the case may be, a coffee. And again, like I've always said, even if you do that, don't go over and say, hey, I got you a coffee. Just do it discreetly. Tell the cashier, buying them a coffee or dinner. And that's it. Walk out. They don't need to know who paid for it, because you're not trying to take credit for yourself. You're just doing a good deed and thanking them for their service. Now, again, you can always walk up and say, thank you for your service. I do it daily. I do it constantly. If it's somebody on the police force, firefighters, military, I'm always doing that daily. And I'm always buying a lot of lunches and dinners and things like that for people. But again, that's something that I feel that is a kind gesture to do. And a lot of my friends do that as well. So, Veterans Day, let's go back into it. Let's go into this. Okay, so there are other countries that actually celebrate it as Armistice Day and Remembrance Day. Now, on the 11th hour, the 11th day, and the 11th month, that's when World War II, actually, it was part of World War II, but it actually ended, World War II ended in 1918. And a lot of people are going, who fought in World War II? It's a war, I feel like it was forgotten in many ways. But again, so a lot of this comes from that, and it's interesting. So now go do some research on it, because I always say do some of your own research and start emailing me back. Some of this, I'll be honest, I had to look up some of this when it came out to Germany and a variety of things that were involved in World War II. And I did do a little research. I'll admit, I knew the Veterans Day and all that, and I know of the 11th hour, 11th day, and 11th month is when the war ended. But going into that, guys, again, just want to bring that up to you. So that's fine. Now, as always, we're going to talk about these COVID mandates. So I just read that over in Texas, they actually, the courts were saying that it's illegal. So that's just another step. So that's a positive step. It's going to take some time to get there. We need the Supreme Court to do their job, handle this, and that is their job, to do the right thing, follow the Constitution, and follow what's right and wrong. And they are there to do a job, and they should look at this and say, okay, it's a free country and it's choice. And that we talk about all the time. So let's talk about something here I saw today. And we're going to talk about Go Brandon. We hear about it. Anyway, I'm going to play a segment, and you're going to hear this, and it's actually quite hilarious. Anyway, you'll know who it is when I play it. You're going to laugh. So let's hear this out, guys. We're going to hear this, and I'm going to break this down.
Last question, if I can quickly. Across this country, we've seen this new phenomenon lately, chanted at sporting events and on signs. The phrase is "Let's go Brandon," a sort of code for a profane slogan attacking President Biden. What does the president make of that?
I don't think he spends much time focused on it or thinking about it.
So I want to go right there. First of all, the reporter asked Jen Psaki about this. her response was, he doesn't really care, basically. He doesn't care. That's really what I got out of this. Now, if that's going on in every stadium, many, or not every, but many stadiums throughout the whole country, NASCAR, football games, all this, not caring is a real problem. It's a real problem if you're not paying attention to that. Because that's the American people talking and expressing themselves to say, look, we're upset with you, Joe Biden. And he doesn't listen. Neither does she. These are what I call the Marxist. And I'm using that name on these radical left people up there. They're Marxists. They want to call us terrorists. When they get to the Republicans, they call the Republicans terrorists. They do this. So guess what? We need to start using that word. And it's a very bad word. And it really is. But if they're going to fight that way, we're going to go back at them. I'm going to say it. And like I said, if you're not happy with the party, leave the party, go to a different party. It doesn't have to be Republican. God knows the Republicans have their own problems. We see it all the time. I'm not saying anybody's perfect. We're all human. But to go as far as they go and they're not listening and they're going to run everything. But let's go on with this.
The president said when he came into office on Inauguration Day, he said he was going to help get rid of the uncivil war in this country. So I guess through that lens right now, does the president think there are things that he can do differently, or how does he react to the stuff he sees out there when it is one of his primary promises or desires to help bring Americans together?
Well, it takes two to move towards a more civil engagement discourse in this country.
All right, so I got something out of that. He was going to end this, we're not really in a civil war. That's another stupid statement on their behalf, but a lot of people are talking right now about it, but that's another story. So when she's talking here, she's basically just, she's just, listen,
and the
hold
president's
on.
going to continue to operate, as you said, from the promise he made early on.
So this whole thing is this promise he's talking about that he made earlier on. And they're getting off subject is what they're doing. They really are. They're getting off the subject of this, and I'm getting frustrated when I hear stuff like this. We all do, because they're not listening. Anyway, let's go on with this, because I'm going to love what they come up with next here.
Which is that he wants to govern for all Americans. He's going to deliver for all Americans.
He wants to control all Americans. That's what this vaccine mandate is part of. There are other things he's trying to control.
As is evidenced by the infrastructure bill.
Infrastructure bill. Wow. Let's talk about that. First of all, we already know we had 13 Republicans just caved on that. They didn't do their job. Now, this bill is important. There are a lot of good things in this bill, but there's also a lot of bad things that were put in this bill. So you're always going to get bills like that up in D.C. And why can't these bills just be separate? Again, why can't these bills be separate? Why do they got to put something else in there? That's a whole different bill. So again, this is what they do.
That he's going to sign on Monday. That's going to help expand broadband to everyone, no matter your political party, no matter whether you voted for him or not. That's going to replace lead pipes, make sure kids have clean drinking water, whether you're a Democrat or Republican or not political at all. That's how he's going to govern, and certainly we're hopeful we'll have partners to move toward more civil discourse with in the future.
So what they did there is they're trying to get off the subject. They're trying to change everything from what he brought up. That's exactly what she's doing. She's trying to change the subject, trying to go in something that may be a somewhat positive. Of course, there's some negatives in that bill we just can go over another time. I have not read the bill. I have not seen everything about it, but I have caught parts of what's going on there. But we'll break that down another night when I get a chance to really get into it and read it. But that's what it is. It's just deflecting. It's just getting off that subject because they don't want to talk about it because they know it's happening, but they don't care. So anyway, this is going to be a short segment tonight. I will get back with you guys probably between Sunday and Monday, and I will be speaking again. Definitely go to my podcast, www.just-markcommonsense.com. Again, www.just-markcommonsense.com. and scroll down, check out in my emails, as some of you guys already have. Send me some emails. Thank you for that. Keep sending the emails. And definitely get on my podcast. My podcast is going crazy. YouTube, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I guess people don't want to look at me. No, I just always joke about that. I think because everybody's driving, they're listening. I get a lot of feedback on that, and that's what's going on. I'm out there now on TikTok. TikTok's really busy. I'm seeing a lot of feedback on TikTok, mostly positive. There's some negative, but that's going to happen. And some of that negative, I look at it. Some of it's stupid, makes no sense. They're just being radical. But some of them have some good valid points. Sometimes it happens, and I get that. But again, go to my website. It's www.just-markcommonsense.com. Pretty simple. Again, I always want to thank our military. You guys are doing a great job. And we just talked about Veterans Day again. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you do. And God bless you. We all love our military. Most of us. Again, we love you for everything you do. Also, we want to thank our law enforcement for all you guys. You guys are out there doing a really great job. You're risking your lives all the time. You're doing a lot of really nice things out there for people. Also, I want to talk about our first responders. Again, sorry about what you're going through with this vaccine mandate they're trying to push on you. And some of you have already lost your jobs. I've already heard about that. I've already seen people walking out of the hospitals, actually being escorted out of the hospitals. Heroes last year, this year, you're nothing, they say, basically, because they don't care. But, again, everybody needs to stand up and fight against this. That's exactly what we need to do. Everybody needs to fight against this. Remember, I am not anti-vaccine, but I am for freedom. And that's what this is about. So again, want to thank our farmers. You guys are going through a lot right now. Our truck drivers, you guys are going through a lot. And the people that are actually working, collecting a paycheck, thanks for the work you do. I know a lot of businesses are suffering right now. We see it all over the country. I mean, I see signs up everywhere looking for jobs. So why isn't Biden handling this? Why isn't he talking about this so much? He's not. He's not doing his job. His poll ratings, I hear, might be going down even more. I don't know how much further they can go down. This is absolutely ridiculous. The lowest polls in history, the worst president in history, the worst vice president in history. She does nothing. She just laughs and never really goes to the border. She never gets down there where the real problem is. So she hides. If you don't see it, it's not there. It's there. So anyway, guys, definitely want to thank you for everything. Have a great night and take care. And God bless you. God bless America. And thanks so much for listening. I'll talk to you in a few days.